Neptune. So Venus is having a hard time with being creative, being spiritual, being beautiful, being charming, being loving. So once you got square or opposition, opposition means like Neptune is Venus op. Neptune is Venus enemy. Square means that Venus will have a hard time with Neptune. So when we talking about love don't live here anymore, this is one of the placements where love don't live here anymore. Because Venus square Neptune, sometimes you're going to feel the love, the effect. You want to be the most loving, the most giving. You'll give your sacrifice. You do what all you can do to love. But then you don't feel it no more because this is the placement that deals with that when you got Venus square Neptune. So anybody got Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune, they have trouble when dealing with love until they master this placement, until they learn how to balance it out, understand it. You don't want to stress your emotion. And sometimes you can over stress your emotion when dealing with love. And you put people on a pedestal with this placement. You put people on a pedestal. Like, you always talking about this person, always talking about that person. Put them on a, I'm talking good about people too. Put them up on a pedestal up there. And then when they break your heart, you're like, oh man, why did that? It drives you crazy. You explode, you snap because you put them on a pedestal with this placement. Hey, Ebony. I'm about to start driving, so I won't be able to type much, but I'm here though. That's what's up, Ebony. So like this video right now, people. But we talking about Venus, which means love don't live here anymore. Love can overtake your spiritual self. You forget about self-love when you be too in a person. You be so attached to a person that you be possessive and controlling because you want you don't want the person to go nowhere. And you forget about that. I got Venus square Neptune also. But when you master this placement, you'll be good. You won't be so possessive. You'll learn how to detach yourself somewhat from the person and still love the person. You know what I'm saying? So it teach you all of that, people. It teach you all of that. Because love don't live here anymore. Oh, you got Venus square Pisces. Yeah, that's about the same thing in a lot of ways. So, but see, Venus square your ascendant is love, dealing with love too and beauty. Have a hard time with like when you first approach people, Ebony. When your Venus square your ascendant, which means you have a hard time when recognize yourself as beautiful sometime, or you used to did. You probably now understand it. You probably now master it, but you had a hard time like recognize yourself as beautiful. You don't be into the beauty like how Venus portray you to be, and you might, to some people, you might don't appear to be so loving, or if you do, you can be over love them too much and put them on a pedestal. You know, when they first approach you, when they first see you, you might be so beautiful until either people scared to approach you. It's all type of stuff with this placement. So you got Venus square Neptune, just like Venus square ascendant I just broke down. Venus square Neptune, you got to understand Neptune is spiritual. Neptune takes you to a higher dimension. You be scared to go in that dimension. You're still on the earthly level of love could turn to hate with this placement, where you can be a cold individual when dealing with love. Don't care about love no more. When people keep breaking your heart, left and right, left and right, left and right, left and right, you might don't want to deal with nobody no more. So it can get that crazy when you got Venus square or opposing Neptune, people. So Venus square anything, y'all can comment and I'll break it down. But just like Venus square your ascendants, Ebony, this is how you approach. This is your approach to life when people see you. You know what I'm saying? And how you feel, your personality, You know, it ain't all about love. You might can be critical towards people, because you always dissecting people, might not be so polite because you're trying to figure out this person. Is they good to talk to? Because you got Venus square, so you have a hard time, or like when dealing with love, when you, even a topic, when talking about it, when people approach you with it, stuff like that. That's what it deals with. So you got Mars and Pisces. That's tough. Mars don't do nothing but like it amplify the Pisces energy. It gives you more strength, more action. You carry out your emotions. Be very emotional, sensitive to what you feel. The Pisces attitude. the life of a party like attitude, all type of stuff. You know, want to deal with people like a people person and stuff like that. But also like to be to yourself, this type of stuff. Um, oh, you got Venus square Saturn, so you have a hard time like organizing, being structured. You know, and or you might see love as organizing and structured, and lose yourself in that. Think everything should be organized, like everything should go a certain way. Love should go this way, that way, perfection. So when love ain't perfect, you can go very crazy, and or it can like make you depressed or feel down and out. So love got to be perfect. Love for you, cause you got Venus square Saturn. So that could be a tough placement right there. So this is why I did this video, cause I thought about this a whole week. When I was going through all these emotions, I used to put people on a pedestal. And when I don't get the same love in return, I go crazy. And I had to realize ain't nobody gonna love like I love. Ain't nobody know how to love like I know how to love. Nobody can be me. Nobody can be you. Once you understand that, people, nothing can stop you. You know what I mean? Love can be beautiful. You learn how to master this placement and be very good. You're learning about love. Your struggles is love. So you're learning lessons about love and about spirituality combined. So when you love yourself, which is self-love, once you learn about self-love, that's spiritual. So when spirituality get involved, you can overturn this placement because it teach you self-love. You'll be the best. You'll be able to teach people about self-love. See, anytime you got squares, oppositions, and Saturn or Chiron, these are lesson placement, life lessons, and you're learning, and it makes you a good teacher once you overcome it and once you master it. So you all about love. You want to learn about love, lessons about love. So Venus, if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. And that's this what this placement, because people like to put all the energy to people, but don't love themselves. You got to love yourself first. So this placement going to teach you about that. People who don't love themselves, putting all their energy, sacrifice for other people, but don't love themselves. After they finish helping people and serving people, when they in the crib, they go to crying, they go through pain, they go through this, they go through that, because they didn't learn self-love. So once you learn self-love, you'll be good, because you'll know how to love everybody. How can other people really love you if they don't know how to love people? A lot of people in the world don't know how to love. That's the key. Because if people know how to love, everything will be good, but we understand that. Thank you, Black God. So self-love is very important to this placement, because self-love is also spiritual. It's something spiritual. When your mind, your spirit connects with your heart. Venus is like your heart, because they with love. Neptune is like your spirit. So when you connect these two together, Neptune like the mind and spirit. So when you connect these two together, because Neptune is the third eye. So with that being said, connect these two together, it's very powerful. Also, just open your intuition. You don't trust your intuition a lot too, that out this placement deals with. So once you master that, all the psychic gifts, when you see things, when something tell you that this relationship ain't right, you don't listen, so you make wrong decisions because you got Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune, you're making wrong decisions, but your intuition always telling you something right, and you be like, my intuition told me, but I didn't listen. You see, when you don't listen to your intuition, that's what happened. And this is what this placement deals with. It deals with Venus square or opposing Neptune. Intuition, psychic gifts. You can misread people because you're not balanced, you're not stable. You go through hard times with dealing with reading people. Creative powers, like you feel like you ain't good enough when you do music, when you do art, when you do anything. You don't feel, you got the talent, you know that you're gifted, but you don't feel like you don't really want to put it out in the public. But the master's placement, you have to put it out and display it and put it in the public. You'll see how good you really are, and you feel more good and comfort. But also, this placement deal with like hiding your emotions. Like you don't want to deal with your emotions, so you hide it. But this placement here was saying you have to express yourself, put it out there, get it out there, because you're trying to take this energy from out you because you can't hold it all in because it explodes. So you're trying to bring it outward. So teaching people about what you went through, teaching people about emotions. Yes. See, Venus square, your North Node, that's a tough cookie on your tough journey because your North Node like your life path, something you got to accomplish, right? So this is going to be a tough cookie to master right here. That's a tough cookie to master. Your life path with no love, you're going through challenges. See, this is like give you challenges when dealing with love, challenges when dealing with spirituality. When you got Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune, it's challenges. Like all the phases you go through, when you don't feel love, that you explode, you stab, you don't love nobody, and you curse everybody out. You don't care no more. You just, this could be suicidal. You want to hurt yourself or harm yourself. It could be suicidal too. But I also deal with mental illness due to you ain't got the proper love, or you feel there's no God. So you're always seeking God and the love from spirit and love from God. You curse God out all the time. You know, as far as religious term, and spirituality is nature. You might don't believe in nature no more, nature spirits or the forces of nature. But it's hard to not believe in forces of nature. When you become spiritual, you really, you know the deal. So you have to become spiritual with this placement, overcome. A lot of people with religious mind, with this placement, they will go through a lot of stuff. Because they're always trying to figure out who God is and why this happened and why that happened. Because this deal with love, right? If God loved me, then why go through all this? This Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune. And so it'll be a lot of challenges. And also, it's an op, so you might don't believe in God. You know what I'm saying? Because it's opposing. Opposing means, opposition means enemy or op, or the opposite. You know what I'm saying? So the opposite of believing in God, you might don't believe in God. You see what I'm saying? So when dealing with Venus square or opposing Neptune, we got Venus square Neptune or Venus opposing Neptune talking to you. So when dealing with love, it's very important to learn about love. Learn how to learn your gifts and learn how to use your gifts and learn spiritual discipline. You need spiritual discipline right here because these people be very wild right here because they don't care. Because this is why it could be a wild placement. Because when you don't care, you're liable to get on drugs, alcohol, shoot needles. When I say alcohol, I ain't talking about no social occasion type drinks like every now and then. I'm talking about like alcoholic. But you might shoot needles, you might pop pills, you might do all of that. See what I'm saying? And so that's why this is very important, people. This is very important when dealing with love, people. See that? Damn, that's me too. Gemini, Venus, with Pisces, Ascendant, Mars, and North Node. Okay. Yeah, so when dealing with love, if you have trouble with love, this is the reason why. Venus deal with love, so look at all your Venus placements. You know what I'm saying? When you got Neptune to it, this is a universal love, spiritual love. Because Neptune go take you on a higher level, higher frequency, another dimension when dealing with love. It's very spiritual. Self-love is something that's spiritual because it brings everything together. So if people don't love themselves, if I don't love myself, how can I love you? I put all my energy into you. I'm helping you. I think this love, but I don't love myself. I ain't confident. I don't have no faith. So I go back. I still got pain I got to deal with after I done help you. After I done hurt my bones and my muscles, helping you. Ain't put no energy into myself. Ain't put no energy into the spirit that's in this body, in this consciousness, in this mind. So we have to learn self-love, people. We have to learn self-love. This is the key. You know what I'm saying? You got Venus square Neptune. This is going to be a tough cookie. You understand why you go through all the emotional pain, why you feel betrayal all the time. Also, your family always create illusions against you. They always say you're doing something that you ain't doing. They always saying stuff like you did that and you ain't did it, or you thinking this and you're not thinking that. You thinking nothing but the best, but they thinking the worst. They thinking you thinking the worst, and they're making assumptions about you. Because if you got Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune, this could be the reason why. People making assumptions about you. Everywhere you go, you got the best thinking. You're thinking very good of people, places, and things. Your mind is right. But just because you don't be in people aura like that, they can always think negative of you and think that you thinking negative when you're not. Or they think you did this when you didn't. Because Neptune is an illusional planet. Neptune make people think in an illusional state about a person. So also it can put you in illusion too about people. You could think this and that. You can overdo things or overreact, and it's not that. Because Neptune can make you overreact because you're very delusional. You making a problem worse than what it is. You know, especially you got Venus square Neptune. You also got Venus sextile Jupiter. Well, that's a good placement. That's a good placement. Jupiter expand that love. You know, so but you got to activate that. You got to work on that with Jupiter. You know what I'm saying? Because you all like the subject of love, helping people, serving, justice, knowledge, information. Because Jupiter deal with knowledge, information. Neptune deal with knowledge, information, but from their own intuition of what they feeling or what they see or what they hear or what they think or what they know. So Jupiter get it from they're seers, they can see auras and stuff, or see things or and stuff like that, but also from knowledge, from intelligence, you know, from what they learn. So from the intuition and also from intelligence. So it's like a pretty much a balance with Jupiter. So with this placement, Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune, now you know why you have it rough and why you go through all that. Why some people are drug addicts and crackheads and don't care no more or mentally ill and why they sick. Because love is the key to this placement. And the way they show love, they learn to love themselves. You got to know yourself and learn to love yourself and detach yourself from people, places, and things. When I say detach, that don't mean that you can't have a little emotional bond. That means like don't be so possessive of people. Let people do what they do. Because things will always work out for you. Because this is a spiritual placement. Also, we got Neptune here and you got Venus. So when the energy's correct, when you overturn it and you master it, because squares give it a limitation, just like Saturn. So I mean that it's a limited time this could be happening. As I don't want y'all to know, squares mean a limitation. Opposition means this the opposite can happen, basically. So look at it like that. Opposition means the opposite could happen. Like, okay, Venus is love. It's opposing Neptune. So what's opposed mean hate. So these people this could turn to hate. So your spirituality could turn to hate after a while when things ain't going your way, when things ain't beautiful, when things ain't right. That's all this means, people. You got Venus square Neptune. Okay. In the first house? Wow. Your first house? Oh, go Dana. Go Dana. Go Dana. I ain't keep pronouncing your last name, but go Dana. Venus square Neptune in your first house. That's ooh, wow. Connected to the 11th house? Oh, wow. It's part of yourself. So if you heard this video, then you understand everything I said in this video, or you can rewind and go back. Because all this means that this part of you, it's sort of like your ascendants. Because the first house that deals with self, that deals with your outward personality, your social personality, but also you, your body. So you can go through things when dealing with your feet, when dealing with your heart, when dealing with like Venus deals also with the liver area, the throat, all that there. So you can go through things dealing with that too, because it's part of your body, part of yourself. So you got trouble. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you feel like God ain't gonna do this and do that for you. Or you feel like spirit ain't gonna do this and do that for you. You feel like God sold you out, or spirit sold you out. You think the devil doing all these wicked things to you because you got Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune. So that's all this mean, people. When you got this placement right here, people, it's very powerful, people. So this is why, if you're going through it and you have and illness, dealing to heartbreaks, dealing to being so attached to people, putting people on a pedestal, making sacrifices for people, and they're not delivering. You could be a martyr, a martyr for people. I mean, die for a cause that ain't worthy for you to die for. You die for nothing because you fight for other people who ain't worth it, who ain't worth the cause. Because that's what this deals with. It deals with all of that, you know, because Venus square Neptune. So it also deal with your mental ain't right. Your mind ain't right. You know what I mean? And you be so into God, you could think you God. You could think you the source. You could think nobody can stop you. You know, type energy because Venus square Neptune. You can feel like you the most powerful, be very schizoaffective and schizophrenic, and also post-traumatic stress. Any symptom of mental health. This could be um, having bipolar disorder, mood swings, all that. This shit could take you through a whole lot. This is a very powerful placement when dealing with love, dealing with yourself. Especially if you got this in your first house, like Godana, you must listen to this. This is why you go through it. Like, unless you master this. If you done went through this and you done experienced it and you done mastered this placement, then okay, good to you. I watch and study a lot of astrologers, them artists. I resign with you more, you to go in my book. I guess because we both King of Club, maybe. Yeah. King of Club, master of knowledge, master of information. The most psychic card in the deck. Venus, okay, you got Venus square Neptune. That's good. You got Venus in Taurus, Neptune in Aquarius. Okay. But we just doing the basis like Venus square or opposing Neptune or all the other stuff is off the book. You know, that's cool though. Y'all can type stuff off the book, whatever y'all need to know though. So this is very powerful placement right here, you know, very powerful placement. And this is why you feel no love. And sometimes out of nowhere, you feel like nobody loves you. You go to crying. You go through pain. You know, not everybody does this, but they're gonna do some of the things that I speak of. You know, everybody is built differently, but they still experience some of the things I speak of when dealing with Venus square Neptune or opposing Neptune, because this is very powerful. This is a tough cookie here. And so I went through a lot of stuff dealing with this placement, Venus square Neptune. But also, I got Moon square Neptune. That's just like Venus square Neptune. So Moon is your emotions. It's your inner self. When you ain't feeling love with your inner self, you go more crazy than the Venus square Neptune. You think that's something. The Moon also, this is a tough cookie. But this makes your psychic can be off, reading people, because you can be very illusional or delusional. But when you write in the right mind, you the best psychic in the world. This could be the best psychic placement in the world. The Moon square Neptune or Venus square Neptune could be the best psychic placement. Or Mercury square Neptune, once y'all overcome all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you go through. So this is a very tough cookie right here. I had to make Venus square Neptune opposing Neptune because if people going through love and they trying to be spiritual at the same time, this is a placement to look at. You know, look at Venus in Pisces, or yeah, Venus in Pisces, or Saturn in Pisces, or Saturn in Pisces, or Neptune in Capricorn, like that type of energy. Neptune and Capricorn. A lot of people want to be loners with this placement. People want to be loners with this placement. Loners. No, Neptune. Yeah, I said it right. Hold up. Saturn and Libra. Saturn and Taurus. Type stuff, you know. So, but also your Chiron and Taurus. Chiron and Libra. Or Chiron and Pisces. Because we're dealing with the Venus placements and the Pisces. Because Chiron is just like Saturn in the squares. Give you a hard time. You know what I'm saying? And opposition means this the opposite. You're trying to balance it out. It's like your enemy. So, with this being said, people had to bring this to the light, people, to the forefront, you know, because people who dealing with this play, man, it's a tough cookie. It's a very tough cookie to deal with. I'm gonna do more videos too, people. Order my books. Y'all see it. Y'all see my books. It's on my community section. I got to share it more. I'm gonna continue to do what I do, people. I definitely love y'all. Any more like videos y'all want me to do on any topic, y'all just let me know in my community section and stuff like that. But there's much love right there. And this is why you having a problem with love, because you got Venus square opposing Neptune. So with that being said, I'm out.